Another one of your roles, at least films that you were a part of, was Malcolm X, starring Denzel
Yeah,
Washington. Why do you feel Denzel didn't get an Oscar for that?
because it was about Malcolm X. And the powers that be are still the powers that be. So we can, you know, act like, pretend like, but they still make those decisions. So it's like why he got it for Training Day as opposed to what was the one where he played in the army? Was about the
Hurricane?
no that one he definitely wasn't going to get. That was there was a boxing. This one it's going to come to me. It was Glory. He didn't get it for Glory.
Right.
He performed in Glory, but they couldn't do that because it was true. We saw a depiction, but it was still more truth about how blacks fought, died, and what the sensibilities were than they were ready to, have that conversation. That was going to open up too much dialogue.
Yeah.
Can't have that much
I was
dialogue.
gonna kind of ask, like, what does that look like? Let's say Denzel just won the Oscar
Yeah.
for Malcolm X. What
Yeah.
happens?
Then the dialogue is going to come about Malcolm X, what he did, what he stood for, what he said. They're just not ready for those kinds of conversations. So no, we can't bring, shine to that. We can't put no light over there. Yeah, so.
How was that whole process of doing that film?
Oh, that for me it was interesting because Denzel actually directed the scene that I was in. He told Spike, "I want to direct Phyllis in this." So he actually directed. My character was Honey. Another backstory was I auditioned for Honey and Betty Shabazz.
Got you.
So I went and did the audition, went and changed clothes, and so I was up for both roles. And we know that Angela Bassett was cast ultimately in that role. So for me, I was in Harlem, I was at home, up the street. It was at the height of my personal challenges, and so it was awkward because I knew a lot about the nation and a lot about, I've never been a member, never felt the need to be a member.
Yeah.
But I do remember the pride that I appreciated the men that I saw in Philadelphia. I was like, where do these men come from? Escorting me to the train and not asking for no number, not trying to hit, not trying to holler. Where they made them at, And they were coming from the Nation of Islam, so.
Right.
I think I'm sure that's why it wasn't nominated or why he did not receive the nomination. It would open up too much dialogue and bring light and interest to things and information that they just weren't interested in us being exposed to at the time if we weren't already. Truth be told, like I tell people, I saw Denzel play Malcolm on stage for real when he was really lean and hungry. See, because I started with the theater for Denzel, Samuel, all Apatha, all of them started in theater in New York. The Black Theater Experience is where they cut their teeth. So I remember seeing Denzel with an actor who was one of the first that the AIDS took away, named Kirk Kirksey, who played the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on stage. That was the performance to see of Denzel as the Malcolm. All those who are living, who saw that, who were blessed to see that, or fortunate to see that, I'm sure will attest the same thing. Not to take anything away from his performance in the film, but I will always remember him on stage in that role. Yeah.
That's the what you would say you preferred that version?
I think it's just a truer version. It gives you theater. It's not the hour. You don't get the cinematic. You don't get all of that. But theater is a different kind of experience. It's real. It's visceral. It's right now. It's that immediate that happens between the audience and the actor. And it was just powerful. I mean, he transformed on that stage. He transformed.
This one-on-one moment is presented by Hypers Club. Watch the full interview at hypersclub.com by becoming a member.